The only Cajun I know is Bon Temple Roulette. Just like,
Well, are you ready?
here we go. Pork to pie. Thank you so much for showing us. Okay, what are we making?
Covered.
Because it's spelled.
Well, yeah, my last name is Bouillon. My name is Carla Bouillon. So I kind of consider it my specialty de la maison. And I tell people as a joke, soup is literally in my name. So kind of in my blood. I like doing soups.
I was wondering. My next question would be, why did you choose to make this? And now you just already explained.
Well, it's my daughter Gabrielle's. It's her favorite. I traditionally make it every year for Christmas. I have for years because not only expensive side, but it's just really really tasty. I like to first what's called mise en place, which is set everything out. It helps things go faster. You make sure all your ingredients are presented. Got your Cajun Creole spices. I'm choosing to go today. This is yeah.
Important question for me. Difference between Cajun and Creole.
Oh
Do
no!
we go into that?
I'm gonna tell you them fighting words. It's a controversial thing, even with. So I chose this nice. You can choose any kind of a firm white fish. I think this one was a red snapper is what I'm using. It's what was available at the store. Now, if you wanted to go cheap, catfish. I, however, am not a fan of poaching catfish. The only way I like my catfish is thin sliced and fried, and preferably from Middendorf in Louisiana. So we try not to waste anything. So you want to take your skin off and peel your shrimp because we're going to use that to make little seafood stuff.
Don't waste anything.
Don't waste anything. Cajuns, everything is use everything you got and use it to its fullest capacity. Now, when it comes to Cajun and Creole, let's start with Creole. Creole is a Franco-Spanish word. It's got Portuguese origins. It was derived from the word Creolia, and it literally meant born in the colonies. I don't know, I'm having a little trouble with this. Like, or native born colonists. I just got a little sharpener. I get a little sharpener. No, if you don't have a good sharpener, you can use any like a ceramic cup or ceramic plate as a whetstone to sharpen it. Yeah, this one's just not. It's very good. So Creole was really just meant to be a designation. If you went to Louisiana, where I'm from, but applicable to any of the French, Spanish, or Portuguese colonies, and your children were born in the colony rather than in the motherland of their home, that would be, yeah, give me that. So you little trick. So that this can act as a stone is ceramic.
Supposed to spit on it.
I'm not gonna do that. We don't be ladylike.
Well, get it wet.
Yeah. Let's see if that helps. So if your children were born in the colony rather than in the motherland, that would be a deal. Just think of it, or anything pertaining to the colony rather than the motherland. So they were French Creoles or Spanish Creoles or African Creoles. They're Filipino Creoles, German Creoles. But originally didn't really have anything to do with the color of their skin. It was just a matter of timing. So when Louisiana was bought by America in 1803, it's no longer a colony. So they were American. So that's kind of when the term became a little confused because the Les Americans, they saw black people, white people, Hispanic people all call themselves Creole. So they just thought it was someone who was mixed. Pick your definition. I'm a French Creole because I'm descendant of French colonists. Now,
I just noticed that there's a proliferation of Cajun food, but not of Creole food. And that's
it's so broad based. It encompassed all those different cultures. See, Cajun is a very specific group of people. The Cajuns began in Normandy, so that means we're Normans. We're as much as Vikings as we are anything else. In 1604,
I've never skinned a fish.
well,
I mean, I usually poach it a little bit and then peel off the skin.
it's yeah, it is what it is. It's
Now,
just,
that's not true. When we do catfish, you have to cut the skin off.
yeah, you can't.
But get one of those electric reciprocating.
It's
Nice.
coming. It's going a little slow. It's fine. So Cajuns, in 1604, we were sent as colonists to Acadie, Acadia in English. It's now Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, the entire state of Maine, and the Prince Edward Island. That was Acadia. We've been there for 150 years. Successfully integrated with the Micmac tribe and coexisted. Well, in 1755, the British gave Cajuns, a choice that we could stay, but only if we pledged loyalty to the Queen of England. And, that wasn't going to happen. She was Protestant. And most of the Cajuns were Catholic. So they exiled us. Actually, what they did to us would be considered ethnic cleansing. They asked all the men to gather up in the church and said, by the way, you guys, we're kicking you out. They then got the women, children, the older people, put us on ships and sailed down the East Coast and threw us off at the different harbors. And they purposely divided mothers from children. That's why, today that's called ethnic cleansing. So 1755, there wasn't anything known as the United States of America. You want to play with this?
I was gonna say, I want to try.
Oh, yeah, it's just not sharp enough. It's, but yeah, I just need to take the skin off because I'm going to use this to make the seafood stuff.
Okay, I'll set it on here. Let me.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. That's for my.
I'll grab another color.
So, the Cajuns weren't exactly welcome. This side's coming off easier.
All right.
So,
I'm sure I'll give up in about a minute.
yeah, just take as much of the skin off without, leaving as much meat. I'll try to fill the shrimp. So, the timing of all this is what's so crucial. Spain took over Louisiana. And so, even though it's, we're French, all they cared about was food was Catholic. And when they heard about what happened, they made a crucial decision. Rather than keep on bringing in more and more Spaniards, all they really cared about, Catholic, pretty damn good farmers and fishermen. So they sent ships up the East Coast, and actually a couple of ships made it all the way back to France. But France, they've been gone 150 years. They didn't consider us French citizens anymore. Brought us to Louisiana to colonize for them and gave us land grants to start a new life.
I mean, was it colonization or exile?
Oh no, the Cajuns were exiled. We were ethnically cleansed. It wasn't anything that we wanted to happen. We had no choice. Matter of fact, I think it was 2004, the Queen of England officially issued an apology for the events that occurred in 1755. It's in French, it was called the Grand Dérangement, the great mass exodus. So the word Cajun is just a mispronunciation of the word. See, in English, the region was Acadia. That's why Maine is Acadia National Park. And in English, we were called Acadians. But in French, it's called Acadie. And in French, en français, if you're from Acadie, we refer to ourselves as Acadiens.
So it basically it's the originals are Cajun and the newer people are Creole.
Yeah.
I'm totally.
You're totally confused. Cajuns are a specific group of people that it's just you butchering it. Try not to get together. The meat is because we want to keep that in nice big chunks for later on because you don't want the fish to fall apart in the poaching of it. So Creole just is like, I mean, a broad-based term. Now most people think you gotta be old and yeah, I gotta take over. You
I'm
know,
messing it up.
you're messing it up.
I can do the shrimp though.
There you go. Let's trade off.
But yeah, don't throw anything away.
Don't throw anything away.
It's like,
It's
it's like if you squeeze the butt.
That's right. The shrimp tails go in there.
But yeah, don't throw that away. That's, what do you call it? People go and buy,
Shrimp stock, seafood stock.
and all it is all the leftovers.
Yeah, it's all the.
And they'll pay like $6, $7
Yeah.
for that stuff.
And most people just like throw this in the trash. I'm like, no. That's flavor right there, buddy.
Save it until you got a whole, like I put it in the freezer and save it until you got a bag full. And then,
Yeah. Just need to invest in a good knife sharpener, a fillet knife
there is one somewhere.
somewhere. Somewhere in my kitchen. It's in here nowhere. I'm not sure where, but somewhere. So, Cajuns, it's kind of, you're gonna get people argue with you about it, and everybody's got a different take on it. Like, I think all Cajuns are Creoles, but not all Creoles are Cajun.
See, I'll admit, like, I guess my racism, I always thought that one was more from Africa and one was more from French.
Well, to some extent, I mean, Cajuns are not of African descent. They're French descent. Whereas Creoles can be African, Creoles can be French, Creoles can be German, Irish. It just was the colonies.
Really, Cajun just meant people who came
The Acadian,
via, Arcadia.
Acadian, no Irish.
Oh, Arcadia.
Acadian,
The
which is
region,
Acadian.
yeah,
I recently did my DNA. I'm 59% Cajun. So I'm kind of more Canadian than most Canadians are. So, it's, and you're gonna get people argue with you, even amongst people from Louisiana, what truly is the difference? And we're just gonna put some water in that now and start boiling it.
that's here.
Yeah, let me put the skin in it too, but if you put that on the stove.
Like completely cover it or?
Yeah, we're gonna start boiling it down, simmering it. I'm also gonna put the bell pepper that you normally discard, and put that in there too.
You're just gonna boil it?
Yeah. You don't want to get all that's gonna go in the cooking.
I don't think you're doing much better. I messed it up so much that you can recover from it.
Well, no, I think it's perfect from it. It's all good. It's not be the nice big chunks that you want to keep it at.
In Malaysia, they have chips made of fish skin.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, I mean, it's literally fish skin, fried fish skin, and you buy a bag of it like it's the chip. The strangest one I got, nacho cheese flavored fish skin.
Oh, it's actually the Filipinos, the first Asian Creoles were Filipino. Because the Philippines was ruled by Spain for 400 years. And they brought them over when they were migrating to Louisiana. And they are the ones who taught us how to dry shrimp. And by drying up the shrimp, you can use it in stocks too, the little baby shrimps. Dry those up. So the tradition of putting dried shrimp in your soup and crushing it is actually Filipino.
It's very interesting how shrimp now is like considered gourmet. Back in the day, nobody ate them because they were, cockroaches with the seaweed.
Right.
Yeah.
Same
And
as
all the
lobster.
a lot of gourmet food. You're gonna put that in that pot.
Yep. Yeah.
I guess I'm allowed to touch it.
Yeah, and you wash your hands?
Um,
Sure. So, you know,
basically, a lot of Louisiana food is you go fishing, you sell the good stuff to the rich people, and then you make like awesome food with the left.
well, the Creole was more the sophisticated city, food too, because that's more New Orleans. That was,
I was gonna go wash my hands, but I think
well, also the washcloth fell on it, you got more. All right, so now I need a bowl just to put this in. And you want to cut this up now to bite-sized pieces. Because the last thing we do is, it's funny to. You bend it.
already.
Awesome.
What did you sharpen up?
My finger on the edge. Finger on my knuckle, I think the knuckle get cut. No, it's not. That's why I stopped. Like, we don't wanna,
That's a cute one. Is that okay?
it's fine. Right on the knuckle. There you go. Thank you much. Yes, I sprayed it in my knuckle. Okay.
That's one trick of washing your hands. You just put a pair of gloves on.
Yeah.
Take your gloves off. Your hands are washed.
So, you know, people
It's
tell you,
harder when your hands are wet.
yes,
It's just
it's definitely not the dough in there. So in cooking, more sophisticated, you know, city food, whereas Cajun is more provincial country food. And the real big difference is if it's tomatoes. Cajuns don't typically put tomatoes in their cooking. But that's just typical. It's not like a steadfast rule or anything like that. I love, this is more of a hybrid Cajun Creole coupillon because I like the tomatoes in it.
I should take a picture of all these ingredients so you remember all the stuff you put in.
Yeah, that's why I mise en place first. So we know, actually, let's turn this down just a little bit.
All the way to the top.
Oh,
Well, you thought it just back.
yeah, I heard it. You just want to let that simmer.
See, we don't edit all these mistakes off.
That's it. Well, that makes it
I
genuine.
wouldn't say mistakes, I say real.
Yeah.
That's what
Real.
we started the show because so many of the shows were just so fake. People are afraid to cook because
Yeah.
you
Like, oh my God, you have to throw that fish away. She might have got blood on it. I scraped it on the edge. I didn't get any blood. You know, but if you were in a professional kitchen, they might force you to do it, even though you can replay the footage. Done on it. So, yeah, it depends on who you talk to. They're all going to give you a different version of Cajun versus Creole. I try to go with the textbook definitions and then let people argue from there. Whatever, however you want to identify yourself, you go ahead.
so if someone puts Cajun seasoning on the food, it's Cajun, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are rules of Cajun cooking. There's what's called the Trinity and the Pope. And these are the essentials of Cajun cooking. If it doesn't have these four things in it, not Cajun. I went the other day to a local place and they had Cajun style dirty rice, and I was so excited. I tried. It had quinoa in it. Really? Quinoa. Quinoa. None, and it didn't have the right. Like you can't just cook anything you want and call it Cajun. It's a specific blend.
So if I just buy bacon seasoning, that doesn't, and just
And that
add
all
something.
depends. Like there's controversy on that. Like some people consider oregano. I do not consider oregano Cajun. I don't put oregano with my cooking. But you got some old Cajuns who, who swear by it. That no.
But isn't it whatever you have available?
No, no. It's if there's no milk, if you don't have cayenne, paprika, thyme, salt, and bay leaves in it. That's really the most essential laundry, a basic pantry. We'll get it done.
Should I start making the rice?
Yeah, if you put those, be fabulous. I was raised on a rice farm, so my daddy would be no rice in it.
In a rice cooker, I can make rice. Like dirty rice, or I don't know what it is. I need to have like 4 grandmas from 4 different cultures come on the show and each try to make rice, because everybody makes it pretty much the same way, but slightly different.
I was raised on a rice farm,
Okay.
so
You wash it.
yes,
Okay.
because I was raised on a rice farm. I know.
I
What
wash
is
it
it
with
that-
the starch off.
Yeah, Lord knows. So now in this, I'm gonna go ahead and season up all of the, and I'm gonna use my paprika, preferably smoked, because let's face it, smoked tastes better.
I call burning food and smoking it gourmet's flavor.
Yeah, okay.
Just cost nothing to make.
Cayenne. Oil, salt. Salt. Time.
You got the time.
Good white pepper. Or black pepper, they're fine. And for me, don't even put the rosemary on this yet, because rosemary just cooks into it. Just a little spoon of oil. That's to hold all the flavors on it. Stir this up. So all that's on there. Now this goes into
You have to watch it 4 times, or you just go until
the Alex clear. You just put all kinds of preservatives and stuff on it. And anyway, now this goes into the refrigerator. So that'll stay firm. Let's have add a little bit more everything.
you just do the rice plain.
See, in my house, I cook it in chicken stock. But that's my house. We're not at my house. Because, just taste that.
Hey, you're really flavoring it up.
Absolutely. Now this needs to go into the refrigerator.
And you said you put just a little oil to make it stick, or?
Yeah, it's just to make it stick to everything. Not much.
Now, can you tell me exactly how much of everything you put in?
I bought a whole fish, like and about a pound of shrimp,
I meant the flavors.
to use. Oh yeah, here's my flavors right here. Red peppers, smoked pepper, salt, white powder, and a little bit of thyme. So
How much thing?
and tell the Cajun God to tell you to stop.
Yeah.
I usually one good measurement, if you can measure it about a teaspoon of each. But if you use the palm of your hand right here,
I think my palm to tables.
your palm's a tablespoon. You can kind of do about that much. I just make sure all of it is lightly coated with all the spices. So,
You call that lightly coated? It was like red.
yeah, that's because paprika and cayenne are
Well,
both
that's not
red.
sharp at all.
No, it's okay. It's all good. So, the Cajuns also tend to have more herbaceous. A lot of more herbs in it, I find, than do Creole food. But now a good smoked sausage. You know, we're in Cardinal, Illinois, so there's a very limited andouille sausage. Andouille is just a chunk instead of it grinding up. You have smoked pork and you chop it. So it's a chunkier smoked sausage. And it's got a distinct flavor. The smoke adds to it. Here you can count on 8 L's. You know, andouille is a good one. This is mainly just for flavoring. Absolutely.
Something for me to have.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna start on the veggies.
Oh, you already got them checked.
That this one and this one and this one are not, so. But I don't want to do that on the meat one.
So where do I put this? We need another bowl.
Just set it to the side.
Okay.
So let's
One more time.
okay, well no, we got the you can start cutting bell pepper, onion. This is for flavoring, so
You have a trick. This is my trick. I got a really strong thumb, so I just.
yeah.
and
Now
pop
you,
it out.
you see that? Put that in the stock pot.
Don't waste any.
Don't waste, because we're gonna strain it. That's flavor. People are just throwing it to the trash can. Or you know, if you got a
I mean,
compost pile, that's not
if
wasting
you
it.
get onion powder, all it is the skin of onion.
skin onion.
And then ground up.
So the same thing when the onion skins, the garlic skins, all that goes into that pot. Now, the celery I usually do that too, but it was already cut up at the store, same price. So I'm like, oh, you know, save me a little bit of labor.
It's the same price, but you're missing like,
Nah.
all that extra.
Yeah, because I'm about to chop up a little bit of it, put it in there. And you got celery seasoning over there. I can just toss a little bit of that.
Celery seeds are probably my diced or cubed or smaller.
Diced, you know. Yeah. And so if your knife skills.
I would say that was the one thing I actually have practiced. I got a book that was like knife skills.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I still don't know how to cut up a whole chicken.
Oh, when I was in college, I had to do a demonstration speech. It was my career speech. And my demonstration was how to cut up a whole chicken.
That's just like,
Got an A.
I have to have back on the shoulders.
You show how to cut up a whole chicken. Well, you need a sharp knife. That's a hint there. I'm just even with the sausage, I want them more diced because this is for flavoring, and that smoke flavor is just so good. Now, if you were in Louisiana, you got so many good sausage, and actually, sausage, ironically, is German. So much of the Cajun culture is a combination. The Germans came to Louisiana before the Cajuns did. It was called the John Law Campaign in 1720. And I think they lied too. We needed colonists, so they said they depicted Louisiana as a land flowing with milk and honey. And
Not a swamp. Huh?
no, that's how they even have pictures where it looked like there was Alps and mountains. If you've ever been to Louisiana, ain't no mountains in Louisiana. So when these Germans migrated using their last dime. And when the Cajuns arrived, the Spanish were giving them land grants, and you know that kind of pissed them off. So a lot of Germans changed their names to sound French so that they could get Spanish land grants. Like the biggest one is the name La Branche. Sounds real French. Well, they were originally, I think it's pronounced Schwei in German, which translated means the branch of the tree. So they just translated their names to sound French so they could get some of their land grants, and what they taught us how to do is make sausage. So this sausages and over to the
And you
German.
really, you said you wanted to cut all this as small as possible. This flavor,
Yeah,
not really texture.
right, because I'm actually gonna use an immersion blender later to really smooth it out. And you can leave it chunky. I just prefer slightly smoother texture. And a lot just came from I have a lot of friends who are on the autism spectrum. So textures are a big deal.
But also French cooking tends to be a lot of flavors, but not a lot of, the sauces are not about a lot of texture, right?
Yeah, they're not.
Right.
And we call this the Trinity in Cajun cooking. So bell pepper, onion, celery, and garlic. Now that's the Pope right there.
Oh,
The Pope is always last because it cooks at a different time than the other veggies that are in it. Okay. See, I got this kind of chopped up. I just wanted a good dice.
now I don't tend to save the skin, but I save the other parts.
Skin goes into the
Oh,
whole,
look at that.
all of that goes up in there.
Oh, you're saying.
You know now, no sir. Don't throw away flavor.
Now this is just gonna be mint. Right, so
Yeah,
I can squish it.
you can switch it.
You squish it like that, comes
It's so much easier.
skin comes out so much easier. So
All right, got everything. Now that we got everything,
no jarlic. You ever heard that?
no.
Jarlic is the garlic in a jar.
Well, you can use it. I mean, I don't hate on people cutting corners and being efficient. Buying pre-cuts, and it's fine. I would prefer to get the garlic that's not in oil. I'll let them open that. The gloves,
Trying to figure out how.
I just tore the thing off here, but I just can't open it. There you go. Stab it. Now, there you go, girl. And these are already, I would even cut these up a little bit more. We're gonna add just, you don't cut these up, you're gonna it's brown, right? Again, you're just making a stock pot. In the stock, too, I wanna.
I do my in electronic pressure cooker. I just hit the soup button and it just does it, but I put a basket in there, so I just the basket out. I got myself like 4 quarts of stock.
Just all kind of going on at the same time. I'm gonna cut some celery. And there we go. Since I didn't get the celery, I got it pre-cut. Cool.
That's like my secret ingredient. I love celery seeds in like salads.
Well, it's part of the Trinity, man. It's part of one of the essential things that Cajun cooking is with the celery, bell pepper, and onion.
It's like celery seeds. Just with this like celery pop.
And I tell you, Cajun cooking, really, I don't call it cooking. I call it building. You're building upon flavors. You're adding layer after layer after layer. Now, first rule of Cajun cooking, you know what first rule is? First, you make a roux. A roux. Let's see if I get this right. I pushed it in. There it goes.
Oh, let me turn the light over there.
And can you have a cup? Better. Oh, just need $1. This is a cup, blue cup.
Yeah.
A roux is about 1.5 parts oil to 1 part flour. You want to have it a little more liquidy. And it's just when I was a little kid, my great grandma Eloise from Cajuns, Louisiana, made me stand on a stool and make her roux. That's when she told me the history of gumbo. That's different, that's different class. You know, gumbo's another very controversial. Every family got their own version of gumbo.
1.5.
You know, I tell you, the Cajun, inner Cajun tells you to stop.
Now, does it matter what kind of?
Well, I've experimented with different types of flours because
I was gonna say
a friend of mine is a
different types
celiac.
of, like oils.
If you can't cook it with butter, butter does taste better, but you gotta be really careful because it's easy to burn it.
How about pork or beef fat?
Absolutely, even better. And one of the things I also do when I'm making my food,
Less flour because it has more flavor.
yeah.
Because again, this is poor man's flavor. You're burning the flour.
And again, I season my flour.
What's that? Oh, actual season.
Because again, you're layering flavors, you're not just cooking, you're building. Color just not hot.
Last bit of skin here.
A little bit of salt.
Now, some people say this takes a while to do,
What?
but
Really? Well, the thing
you
is,
know, all of this, but you can make your broth once a week. What do you call it?
yeah, it's pretty good one, yeah.
You can put stock, but you can also make the stock and freeze it.
That's true. I'm gonna make some and she uses her ice trays and pours it in ice trays, so
For me, that's too much work.
I was just pouring it in,
So
yeah.
what I'll do is I'll put it in a gallon freezer bag, kind of thin. I'll let it freeze I'll let it freeze about halfway and then I store it with butter knife. And so then it can be broken a bit. There.
So now,
I've already received that my computer.
absolutely. Well, it's not my feet, it's my back. 3 years ago, I fell and I broke my coccyx, my sacrum, and 2 vertebrae.
Hey.
And
You're still standing?
well, one of the doctors told me I should brace myself or may not walk again. And I told him, and my exact words were, I'm gonna dance at fucking prayer for saying that to me. Yeah. So
You did, but so I feel like a lot of times doctors tell you the worst thing.
yeah,
Just to scare the hell out of you. So you'll.
with hope.
Yeah.
Like non-negativity. He said, now look, it's gonna be a lot of work. You're gonna have to work on yourself, whatever. But it's gonna be up to
So,
you.
yeah. Should I bring the camera over there to see what you're doing? Or you're just posting it?
Yeah, if you want, I mean,
I definitely feel like I can't do it.
well, it's just a matter of spending a little bit more flour. Now, I put the flour, I said, I've got friends who are celiacs. You can also opt in for them doing my rooms in the oven. It takes longer, but it cuts out a lot of the fat and oil that's in it. Season your flour, put it on a baking sheet, put it in a 250-degree oven, and just leave it. Every 30 minutes, stir it up until it's a dark brown. And now you cut all that fat out, it's just a brown flour mixture.
Yeah, like I said, poor man's flavor. You're just trying to toast the flour to get that brown flavor.
I want to take that brown out.
But you said, have you made it with gluten-free flour? You said.
Yes, I found rice flour. It is the best. I've tried all the different flours. Rice flour for celiac is almost stacked with the thing. Because it also put rice in it. I can't stand much longer to steam it. Oh, somebody trying to call me. I'm gonna put that together. Because you can't walk away from your roots. Every person grandma will tell you. You gotta constantly stir it. I don't have to make it as dark as you do a gumbo, but can
So you're just trying to like
just keep
brown the flour.
just keep it moving around. Some people can use a whisk to really make sure it's not grainy.
Oh, I'm so glad you're doing it from a stool. I wanted to do a show where someone actually cooked the whole thing from a wheelchair. I mean, not saying you, but just because the whole thing is to show that you can still cook even if you have issues.
I can put this whole thing in the oven as well. It just takes longer. Because, you know, you can't rush it. So, darkness of your room will get a deeper depth of flavor. Did you hate when you notice it? Just notice.
What's these in it? Or is that the secret KD flavor?
Fun. You put it. It's really good. So, I brush the root. You think by making it a hot heat, that's no. It burns it.
No, you're trying to get it brown but not burnt.
And the darker it is, the richer it tastes. But
That's a fine line between perfect and burnt.
oh,
Always count your bay leaves so you know how to take back out.
yeah, right. You don't want to give them the hammer. You have a brown.
Yeah. It's like golden brown now, almost like a caramel.
Yeah, I want to go a couple more shades darker. So, not dark enough for me.
Can you tilt the pan a little bit this way?
Got some more water.
Okay.
Stop really reducing.
Oh, you're in here.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, pretty nice. Yeah, let's put more water in it.
Reduced about half.
Really extract as much flavor, you know, with it. Almost the color that I want for a food now. Again, for a gumbo. And gumbo, it's actually an African dish. The Cajuns kind of just roll with it. Gumbo, an African word. In gumbo, is there's okra.
So can you have gumbo without okra? No.
For me, no. It's like having chicken soup without chicken. And as you say, okra gumbo, it's gumbo. And okra. What? No, you know, a lot of people don't put okra in their gumbo. For me, you know, that's sacrilege. It's got now it's up to that's pretty color. So that's about the right color. Then you take nothing. Get all of these, not the poke. Yeah, not the poke.
In here?
Yeah. Don't let them put over your bring down, except for the garlic. Don't put the garlic.
All of it?
All of it. Put it all up in there.
See if I can get any of it on the floor.
See, the garlic cooks at a different, put back on there. And now you're gonna start to do some more stir.
And you didn't add any more oil.
No.
But it has I mean, what did you say? Doing it 1.5 times.
Yeah, it's almost, you can do almost an equal ratio, but I'll put a little bit more oil than flour. Because later on, I'm gonna do this to brown down the. I may even have. Almost interesting. At this point, I'm gonna do another layer. Not too much salt. But that does the.
I think you do the same mistake I do, where I stick it right into the pot and then I end up gumming up the top of the potatoes. I always try to
The nice little coat of effort.
get into the habit of sprinkling it in my hand and then put it there, but yeah.
Well, because I'm not doing a lot yet, I'm not doing a light little.
So give me around here that my spices will start pumping up.
Okay, I'm from Louisiana, you know, hello human. It's like it lives on a swamp in Louisiana. Woo! They call it swamp ass. I'm gonna put that rosemary. There it goes. There it be. Yeah, so again, I'm gonna make the blue much darker. Now, we got that for more oil. Or instead of adding more oil, we gotta, yes, we are.
Oh yeah, you get extract some oil.
Exactly. So again, a lot of people think it too is about 1 pot. My daddy, God rest his soul, he would say, my kitchen's got 2 pots, and one of them is to piss in. So make sure you're cooking with the right one. So just let these all get happy together, saute it down, get it brown. Sit for a little bit. Talk about the meaning of life. You already making the gumbo. Now, I mean the rice.
No. Oh, you have that wine?
Where'd you go?
I thought it's 1 set for you, 1 for the pot.
See you go. What's going on?
You're,
One for you, one for the pot.
you're a little behind then.
No, you're gonna be playing.
So that's what.
Yeah, so once this,
What kind of wine? Red or white?
you can't be red for red meats like the seafood and that. And you can't just, no sweet wines. You want to use a nice crisp, I thought it's the Pinot Grigio or maybe a short, but Pinot Grigio to me is the best because it's slightly crisp. It's gonna give it that little bit of acid that it needs. I'm probably not gonna do this far, but I can.
I tend to overfill my pots.
Yeah, I mean, the worst I may have to put it two, because whatever.
I always do that. But
What do you want to know?
Good.
Now, the green onions, like those are added on top at the last minute for
Okay.
extra little crunch to it. I know a lot of people have been, the people who don't like okra and things, a friend of mine, he experimented with frying okra. So when we make gumbo, like chicken and sausage, at the end we put fried okra on top. You stir it into it, gives it a little crunch, gives it okra taste. I mean, look. I know you can see that, but look how beautiful.
I grew up in the South and I have yet to find good fried okra. In the South, you know,
But people don't, you should brine it first. And I think that's what people forget up north. When you rinse it with a little water and vinegar. And that takes a lot of slime out.
I just think most restaurants buy like frozen
Oh, yeah.
pre-breaded stuff. Then it's too slimy for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I always, when I make okra, I'll do a little water and vinegar and rinse it with that. It extracts a lot of that slime out of it. And then season the okra and season the flour. So it's you start now that the veggies start raw. When they're soft, give about another probably 5 or 10 minutes.
Now you said there was you had like a trick where you can do it like less standing up there. You said in the oven.
And the oven. 250 degrees, you put the flour on a baking sheet. I usually use just a little bit of
You don't do that with the Trinity also.
no, absolutely. I coated it in all the a little bit of
So
vegetable
you
oil.
have 2 trays, 1 flour, 1
Yeah, in the oven.
Trinity.
Trinity and you always wait because you don't want him to burn. He's delicate.
It's like,
So yeah, you can put this on a tray.
oh, with that much spice might burn.
But garlic just cooks at a different time.
That, you did one recipe where it was layered the garlic 3 times. You had like garlic right at the beginning, garlic almost right at the end, and then fresh garlic. You know,
Right now.
like a sauce. I remember that. I only do roasted garlic.
You can never, I think, have too much garlic. So.
I feel like roasted garlic. It's like 3 or 4 times as strong. But yeah, 4-man flavor. A lot more flavor. Yeah.
You know, I grow a rosemary bush. The temperatures are so different here. So I had to overwinter it, but it worked. Put like a little makeshift little mini greenhouse on top of it. Put black rocks, painted rocks black, and put it around the base and covered it. And it survived through the winter. Hopefully, I'll be able to have big old bushy rosemary bushes. Oh,
Yeah,
I wish they could smell. You have to smell it. Really.
Television.
I mean, look at that. All right, now here you bring it to you.
How much half?
Oh, okay. All that in there. There we go. One good way.
So are you trying to like sweat out the moisture out of it?
Yeah, you just roasting and cooking it down makes it taste better. You know? Don't want big chunks of raw tasting celery or onion in it. That's why I actually prefer now making it in the oven. It's so much easier on me physically since I've got, you know, and maybe next time I'll show you how to totally do it in the oven. But it's just a different process. Roasting veggies, roasting meats first, browning them, browns, you know, flake, brown like. Oh man, it's so good.
So is that 2?
I put one in the stock, which is gonna be string.
Oh, okay.
Put one in here.
I just always I personally try to write down how many I put in. So I know how many to take out.
The thing is, if you go by rule of 3, the Trinity, they're gonna be 3. They're always 3. I'm gonna put another one in here after I add my stock. This is few more minutes so get garlic. Okay, garlic, get happy. Yeah, I've had times also when sometimes I
Or that's
brown.
directly in it.
Yeah, sometimes I brown down the sausage first and then take it out and use that instead of oil when I'm doing my Trinity.
Yeah, if you fry the sausage separately, you get a lot of crunchy. That I don't want to say burnt flavor, but it's like umami.
Right, yeah.
Like, yeah, that umami, like I don't know, charred meat flavor.
But the color that, when you see how everything's softened up. We probably about 5 more minutes. And I think it's a these ladies are a little warm. Nothing like in Louisiana and it's hot up in here.
You got some milk?
Okay, that's the time. That's half and half. This is the finally you're done with it. The last thing you do is either put butter on top and stir it into it, makes it creamier. But I prefer, and it's up to you. You got to add a sploosha when you go to eat it. Add a sploosha half and half and stir it into it. Makes it creamier.
Okay. So just like right before you serve it, a tap of butter or something.
Half butter, those sploosha, half and half of whipping cream. Some people go, oh, you have to combine seafood and dairy. I don't abide. People eat shortcut chili all the time. I'm like, I'm not abide to that else. Okay, I think.
Well, it says it in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's
But,
like-
you
I
know,
mean, you put the Pope in there so you can like balance it out.
that's in the Old Testament, not the New Testament.
People learn to have better health.
And that's what I make that optional, you know, a lot of times you butter, I'm using oil, so I make that optional at the end, I don't. All right, I think,
Why does the best things always take so long to make?
you know. Yeah, just stand back a minute, you know, get this a little,
You glaze it with some wine.
for sure.
That's horrible wine. Oh my God, why'd you make that?
It's an acid, no sweet.
Yes.
So
That's like the driest wine ever.
that's the whole point.
But is that cooking wine or that's actually drink?
No, it's just a peanut, you know, they didn't have any cooked wine at the store.
I heard that the only difference cooking wine, they actually put salt in,
Probably.
you know, to make it so.
Any dry wine is fine. Again, it's just giving it a little acidity. Hey, if you don't want to do wine, you can do a squeeze of lemon instead.
You glaze the pan.
Just a little bit in there. Gotta give it a moment to cook out.
Don't waste that good flavor. And I've noticed wine does like wine or vinegar makes the flavors like just jump forward.
Jump forward, that's it. Lemon. All right, now you want strain? Strain our stock. See. A nice stock.
That's a
Oh, okay, party. If that's all, look at all that beautiful flavor. Now you want to put into. Now add more water to that. Let's put all of them in. There we go. I'm also gonna hit some chicken stock.
why would we call it stock and not raw?
I think it's different between how the bones are used. I'm not sure if the good broth. Let me delete that. Now, Cam, gotta go with
One part.
all, you can use fresh, and when I get the sauces and stuff, read the ingredients. So this one, it has, see, dried onion, celery, and bell pepper in it. And it got thrown on the floor, that makes it part. Just wanted to see you bend over as so this helps to reinforce those flavors. Again, you're building layer after layer.
Both of them?
Yeah, actually, tomato. So 1 tomato sauce, 2 tomatoes, and
Yeah, if you're ever making a tomato curry, that's a trick. Get some tomato paste. Not have to cook it down so much.
you need a tasting spoon.
This one is, I just use it to stir the rice.
See where we're at.
This can opener can work very good. Nothing is sharp here.
Here, try that. That's, flip that on your tongue will pass a good time.
Oh,
It's not just like that. That would be almost gumbo. Right there, if I tongue garden, and then add a chicken to it.
or
But no, we're going with it. No. I'm not sure. No.
you put the bands on, it's getting hot. Yeah, this,
Yeah, no.
no. Every time I see best used by now, Oregon just passed a law that said they have to back that with scientific study. They can just say whatever they want.
One of those from a lot of vegetables. And that is called chow chow.
Okay, chow chow. Just any random vegetable can you pickle it?
I mean, you always have to turn it. What else are things like the,
It's like, you know, I grew up poor, I go put some water in here and rinse the can out. Don't waste it.
stop.
It's just like, don't waste that little bit of flavor.
Oh. That's okay.
Look how rich that, it's just a little bit, but. Grew up poor, don't waste it.
Tomato paste. So. Now,
You need more mayonnaise or?
one more. I need more rosemary too. And again, now we're gonna add one more layer, probably more salt, kind of salt. Another layer of herbs.
Yeah.
I've done that. The last bit I tried to crunch them up really good. Now, in my house, I use fresh rosemary. And I got to throw it in the back of the yard.
Yeah, fresh is so much stronger flavor.
It is. See what you do this. See what you add. So, give it 20, 30 minutes for this to cook.
Oh, no, I'm going to get bowls, it's too early. See, look at that.
That's not gonna cook you all day. Let's see.
Cause I mean, that fish and that shrimp is like, what, 5 minutes right at the end?
So you gotta let the marinade flavor now cook into there. The beef's just, I think, more than everything.
It's got a lot of flavor, but it does have a lot of tomato.
Gotta cook a little bit. I think it's gonna be. Or
Okay,
better.
make it as hot as you like it.
Black
I'll survive.
a bit more color. Paprika.
You flavored it like 5 different times.
And later, fill it all.
I brought it out because I used to end up overfilling one pot and then start scooping stuff into another pot because I overfilled it. But that was made for like the whole family. So that's pretty much it. You said like let it slow cook for like 20-30 minutes. What are you doing with the broth back there?
Yeah, but this gonna cook down.
Okay.
When this cooks down, you're gonna have another, and it's gonna reinforce more seafood flavor. That is delicious. Cause I got one in the purse.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and then
You don't have time to.
at about 15 minutes, you're gonna add shrimp at the,
So yeah, you just let that cook for like 5 minutes right at the end.
and you actually add it until it's bubbling and then turn it off.
Okay.
And the residual heats will cook it through and leave it alone for like 10 minutes. And then you serve it over rice.
Serve it over rice with a little bit of,
You know,
you like the half and half and green
Yeah.
onions. All right.
so if you give me a little bowl, so you can taste it as is. And you tell me if you like it better with
Oh, I mean, I'll already tell you I like it better.
this.
Well, oh, you mean before or after?
Right.
I meant with the seafood. I'm not.
No, but I mean the taste with the half and half piece.
Okay. Yeah. So
You have an immersion blender? Now some people like it chunky like this.
I personally do.
Oh, you
but I do have an immersion blender.
It's a textural thing, like I said, I've got friends around the autism spectrum. And they don't like chunking down certain textures, just kind of set them off. So I give it a little quick, take the bailings out, give it a quick little pulse.
Oh yeah, remember the basic stuff.
And then the bailings,
So any final words?
you know?
This is. Don't let it boil over. Thank you for bringing some of Louisiana to the middle of the country. Right.
Working on that flavor and then you gotta let it simmer for a little while. Otherwise, it just, look, as they say in Louisiana, you gotta let them flavors marry.
Well, the Pope's there, so the Pope's marrying the Trinity together. So, all right. Thank you so much.
Get a picture of it?
What?
Well,
Any final words?
let's go ahead and, I think we can put the shrimp and the fish in
Oh,
it.
you want us to brush it?
And like, well, I'm gonna add more stock and like get this boiling.
Because I mean, we can just.
We can
We'll
just
all spiced up.
add some more of this.
You don't want to just let it properly cook.
It doesn't take much longer.
That's one of the advantages of the canned tomatoes. We don't have to let it cook.
Yeah, exactly. This, you said there was a trick to turn it off back burner?
Oh yeah, it's back. We'll let it all the way out. And- Oh, crap.
There it goes. And now we go.
Yeah, it's strange because at home you turn it and then you turn it down, and then it's off. Here you turn it up because they start with the hottest and then turn it down. Anyway, it's backwards.
Now, once this comes back up to a boil, see if you wanna stop and edit. I'm thinking it's gonna take about 10 minutes.
It's like, well, I don't edit, so we'll just wrap up now.
Yeah, but you're not gonna see the shrimp and the fish in it.
Just,
So you gotta wait.
well, you got some stories you can tell?
You want
Just like,
with the Cajun versus Creole. It was a really big deal. The Queen of England apologized formally to the Cajuns because for years they said, "Oh, it didn't happen, didn't happen." So Cajuns were refugees. We didn't choose to colonize Louisiana. Louisiana was an area nobody else wanted because it was small. So, oh, nobody wants to live there. So we lived to lemons turned into lemonade. Said, no, we're gonna farm off the land, we're gonna fish it. What's on hand? Let's go in now. And just use what we have. It's also, the German. I don't know, if you ever listen to Cajun zydeco music, you gotta check out my good friend Rosie looked at. Her name is Ballard, but she goes by her ex's married name. That's zydeco sweetheart. She plays the accordion. Well, it is actually Germans who put the accordion in Cajun's hands. If you listen to German polkas, sound a lot like Cajun music. Or Cajun music, I should say, sound a lot like German polka. But Germans lost a lot of their history because there wasn't land grants. So this whole style of cooking is an ode to many different cultures. It's important to have put that in the refrigerator, see, so that it stays firm. And now this another layer of flavor is on all these shrimp and all that fish. Man, look at that. Isn't it beautiful?
But you said some people do it without tomatoes.
No, that would be a gumbo.
Oh, gumbo.
I could be all really needs the tomato, but could be all about having the fishes. And then we got French style, European style, could be all these much different needs of mirepoix instead of a Cajun. Mirepoix would be different carrots.
Okay. Now, do they have different meats, or is it always seafood?
It's usually seafood, but no, they all there's lamb. It's a combination, lamb and seafood. So sometimes rabbit with scallops. It could be shrimp.
So what's available?
Yeah, it's much fresh crab. Again, I'm just trying to let this all get happy. We're about to turn it off, dump all that in it, and then cover it and leave it on.
I had a couple people from Africa cook on here. They basically cook tomatoes until they don't taste like tomatoes.
I didn't take out, bay leaves because I'm not doing version.
Okay, you don't want to chop up the bay leaves because those little sharp things will get your. But I always like to take the bay leaves out anyway because someone might sharpen it on the stick.
Tell me what you think. Not good. Okay.
Like before I did it, I tasted a lot of tomato. Now I taste like no tomato.
And it's got
It tastes like seafood.
and that other layer of stock. I wish I could. These tomatoes are a bit big.
There's a few chunks of tomatoes.
Maybe if I just sand out the tomato and chop those up a little bit. Because those tomatoes are really large. Especially like it.
Just a few. It's very few chunks.
Are you ready? You think it needs anything else?
Oh, well, I don't know, but I don't think so. But
So now last thing is turn it on. Turn it off for me. You got that massive cut. Just turn it off. So you've got good rolling boil. Then we're gonna add all of that to do it. And again, you don't want to stir it because you don't want to break this up.
that's a first tender fish, especially. But
And now
I see people overcook shrimp all the time.
cover it. And then I'm gonna turn it back on just for a few minutes to make sure it's cooked through. And I just leave it alone for like 10 minutes. And it's done.
Served on rice.
Served on.
Like
You're poaching it now.
just like, all right, now the final words.
Oh, I don't know. Come on, no.
Like, how
When
you-
when you go to Louisiana, you know what I wanna say? Don't ask people about Hurricane Katrina. Don't do it.
Very dramatic.
It's like you're just forcing us to relive one of the worst times when you go to Louisiana. I mean, I'm named after a hurricane. My parents met on September 11th, 1961 in Winnie, Texas, during the evacuation of Hurricane Carla. So a hurricane brought my parents, they were 16, they started dating. So they got married, and when I came along, they decided to name me after the hurricane that brought them together. So I tell everyone I'm living, walking proof that sometimes good things happen in bad situations. But a lot of them, you're gonna get some pretty violent responses. So the one piece of advice I want to tell people when they visit, don't ask.
Don't make people relive the bad
No,
things.
don't.
So, how do you say goodbye? Is it possible?
Bonne nuit is good night.
You know,
Bon appetit is
because
good
there
appetite.
is a lot of cultures that you don't say goodbye. You know, then
Bar.
it's like maybe we meet again, and maybe we eat again.
A $2.
All right.
$2 is a later time. Later days.
May we eat again, may we meet again. And I say, feeding others is love.